What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Reel Hunting. Rant for the good reels, so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad, the Brett Man's right over there. X just came out, new 2022 movie that just came out from Ty West, and it's St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day. We're excited to talk about this movie. We just got out of it, and this is our first impressions review. Non-spoiler, of course, for the most part. Brett, man, how's it going, man? We ready to talk about this thing or what?
They're always after me, Lucky Charms.
Ooh, yes, they are, man. They are,
Wait.
man. So,
Hey, why does everybody laugh every time I say that? They are after me, Lucky Charms. No, I'm just kidding. What's going on, everybody? We're here to talk about freaking X, A24 project. So the first, can we just go ahead and get started? I can't contain myself anymore.
yes. I don't know.
All right.
If I didn't say, I think I did. It's Ty West flick. Let's talk about this thing, man. There's a lot to talk about.
Oh, dude, absolutely there is. So can I just say the first thing?
Yes.
X marks the spot.
Would you stop with this stuff, man?
No,
You
I'm
can't
serious.
keep coming in saying stuff like this, man. The people don't like it.
I am so serious, dude. I'm not trying to be punny right now. The X marks the spot. It's fucking amazing. I absolutely loved it.
I did too. I really enjoyed this movie, man. I did. There's a lot of style. Essentially, again, we're not going to spoil anything. No major plot points or anything like that. But as you can tell from the trailer, some shit hits the fan. This movie essentially turns into a fucking, for all intents and purposes, a slasher film. And to me, I think it's the most stylistic slasher. I don't know. It might be the most stylistic slasher I think I've ever seen. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that kind of matches this. And man, it brings in so much to this genre, I believe.
Bro, it did like three movies into one. And I'm not sure how the frick they did it, but it all just worked so well. I thought it was going to be like a little bit of a jumbo mess a little bit, but dude, it flowed naturally and it was fucking great. Like, absolutely loved it. You got to feel the time frame that they set this movie. You got to feel the environment, the whole Texas heat. Like, as some parts of it, dude, like they freaking again just Xbox the spot, man. Like, I'm not
Dude,
trying to.
Yes, let me tell you this. Okay, this movie brings us more Texas atmosphere than we've seen from any Texas Chainsaw Massacre since 1974, and it did so within the first 2 freaking minutes of the movie. Like it took no time to establish this, and I mean it's done. Texas Chainsaw can't even pull this off. They can't do it. They can't make you feel this much Texas in a movie. And this movie did just that. And it really did genuinely. What I really liked about it is this movie actually felt like a movie filmed in the 70s with the way, I don't know if it was shot on film or not, or if they used filters, I don't know. But the way it was shot, the colors that they used, the filter, whatever it is, it feels like a movie that was shot in the 70s. And the atmosphere, it just goes so well with that. And it genuinely does feel like you're in Texas in this thing.
No, dude, absolutely it does. Like you said, like this movie can pull off what we wanted Texas Chainsaw Massacre to freaking pull off for so many years. Just for this particular movie to do it, it's a little bit of a head scratcher towards Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre, shame on you. X freaking nailed what you can't. But do you know what they nailed in this movie? The freaking cast, man. The cast was spot on. Like, I might have like one, not really an issue, just like one cast member, just okay. But everybody else was freaking just golden. Like, I absolutely loved all their performances. Like, I can't even tell you favorite character because they're all, like, for the most part equal.
Well, I think Mia Goth really did a really good job. I thought, I mean, all the 3 ladies in this movie, all 3 of them did fantastic. They were definitely the to me, the stars of the show. But I thought Mia Goth was, I mean, it was really a standout here. As was Brittany Snow, man. And of course the dudes were good too. I liked all the dudes. They were all solid. The dudes were solid. But man, Kid Cudi actually was awesome too, man.
Oh, dude, freaking, he was awesome, man. Like, he really, like, you could just, like, the other thing you could tell with this cast, they really embraced their characters. Like, they were having just as much fun as we were as the audience. Like, and you could tell, like, that throughout the screen. And Brittany Snow, definitely, like, she went all freaking in on this role. And I just couldn't be more thrilled. And Jenna Ortega keeps building that freaking resume for a horror chick.
Yeah, dude, she was great too. She did a really good job. She again, yeah, she's knocking things out of the park these days. So overall, I thought the cast was just a freaking knockout, man. I thought it was solid.
And did you like Wayne?
Yeah, of course I liked Wayne. Dude, you kidding me?
Did you
Um,
recognize him?
recognize Wayne?
Yeah. He's from
Well,
one of your favorite horror movies of the past decade, man. Of Strangers Pray at Night. He was the dad.
oh, fuck off. He can fuck off. He was better in this than he was in that dreadful movie. He really was. He actually was
Oh.
solid. But alongside that, the performances were good, but the characters were just as good. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
these characters were for a slasher movie. Are you kidding me? We're gonna get characters like this that we actually care about, and they just did so much to kind of to keep your attention and to suck you in and all this stuff. And I really enjoyed their chemistry with one another. All of them, they did such a good job with each other, and I thought that was awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I hate to keep comparing to the Texas Chainsaw, but I honestly think this group of characters, it's just an easy comparison. This group of characters, I think, beats any group of characters from a Texas Chainsaw movie. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I mean, the remake probably comes the closest, but still, these guys were more captivating to me.
Yeah, more captivative, more charismatic, and like you get a lot of like you could tell like Ty West is a fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre because he does deliver some shots in this movie that are very Texas Chainsaw Massacre like like the shot from like the very front of the van and see everybody in the van in the back seat and all that. That's
Yes,
obviously a Texas Chainsaw, the original shot right there. And we just get a lot of other great shots as well. Ty West, he knew what he was freaking doing with this movie, man, and he just freaking knocks it out the damn park, like he really did.
he did, man. And kind of going back to the camera work here, we
Mm-hmm.
talked about the atmosphere, the vibes, feeling like a '70s movie. I really enjoyed that. But they also did some great stuff with some wide angle shots to set up some suspense and kind of played with those ratio, like those, the aspect ratios a little bit here and there, which I really appreciated. Some good kind of like tinted shots with some red colors and things like that here and there.
Mm-hmm.
It just really was a well shot movie. I really enjoyed what they were able to do with it, for sure.
Oh, dude, absolutely! Like the cinematography was great. The use of the camera was just absolutely spectacular. There's one particular scene where you talk about the use of red lighting. Holy crap, that was absolutely beautiful to watch.
Yes.
Like I could freaking watch that scene for the rest of time. Like really, like if we're doing like coolest shots in horror, I'll be honest with you, that's a cool ass shot.
Oh yeah, that was super cool. So much again for like for what I would consider a slasher movie. So much style into this movie. It's like they put a very qualified filmmaker in here, gave him the slasher genre and just let him do whatever, and it works out very solidly. In fact, it works out so well that we saw the creepy lady from the trailers. We've seen that. This lady, this 100-year-old lady, is much scarier than Leatherface has been in years. Like I know I'm making this
Mm-hmm.
comparison again, but I think like they've like when you have such a a filmmaker of this magnitude of this level, I guess it just goes to show what you don't need a freaking 300-pound dude with a mask to be scary. Like, yeah, you just need
Mm-hmm.
atmosphere and some good shots here and there and some good characters that you care about, and you're good to go. Like you can like literally put a 100-year-old lady in here and make her scarier than most slashers we have.
Dude, absolutely, and in a way, and you'll learn when you watch this film too that you actually kind of feel for this old lady. Not going to go into details of
Yeah.
why, but like like even at points of the movie, you're like, oh, I feel sorry for her. And then, like you said, Brad, then all hell breaks loose. But yeah, like there's some points in the movie where we're like, damn, man, like I'm getting feels for the person I'm not supposed to.
You know what she is though? Is she's the cousin of the pusher from Midsommar. She really is. I think she like they were growing up in the same household, and they just they have the same kind of desires. But either way, that's
It,
fine. That's beside the point.
it's a spin-off movie from Midsommar.
Same universe for sure.
Oh
Same
my
universe.
gosh. It has to be. It's A24. It all connects, man. But yeah, dude.
Looking forward to this
Without
A24
even
cinematic universe.
oh my gosh, wouldn't that be something? But without spoiling anything, that's all I really got at the moment.
I will say the additionally, there's some really freaking good kills in this thing,
Mhm.
like effects and things like that when it
Oh,
comes to
especially the beginning, like, that was a
yes.
good
Oh
little
yeah.
that was a great tease of what they did, like, "Hey, this is what's gonna be coming, so get ready for it," but you don't know when it's gonna happen, and when it does, bam, it hits, like, immediately.
Yeah, it pulls that originals kind of strangers thing there at the
Mhm.
yeah, at the beginning where it shows kind of the aftermath and then which you'll I mean it's the opening scene of the movie. So um but yeah, man, it's man, I yeah, it was I which I always love that. And additionally they do a really cool thing with edits in this movie, which he alludes to in the dialogue of the movie at one point where he wants to, he can do whatever he wants once the film's in the thing and he can make the edits to give it a certain feel. They actually do
Mhm.
that in the movie, and it was cool. It was like I've never really seen anything like that before, where they just kind of like they'll play like a segment of something that's going on somewhere else, and like it's just like a split second kind of thing of something that's
Yeah.
about to happen or happened earlier or something like that. It was really cool.
Yeah, and I thought there was just something wrong with the movie, like my particular theater, like it kept like doing these weird cuts. And I've been just driving on the way home. I'm like, I bet you those bastards meant to do it that way, just to kind of like make it feel like you're actually the guy behind the camera doing those edits, like RJ, like you
Yes,
mentioned. Yeah, so I'm like, those brilliant bastards, like that's freaking genius, man.
that was good. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably about it. I think. Lastly, I guess the soundtrack is kick ass, man. The
Oh yeah,
soundtrack.
score's great.
Yeah,
Fear the
because
Reaper. So if you're a fan of Fear the Reaper, you're gonna get your loving for it.
oh, dude, it brought me back to Halloween. As soon yeah, like, it was a great callback to 70s slasher flicks,
Mhm.
with that, and, man, that was awesome. Yeah, great soundtrack all around. Just, and again, it's A24. There is some of that A24 weirdness in the movie that, that you would
Definitely.
expect, but this has gotta be the most fun A24 movie out there. Like,
Mhm.
it's still a really good time. It's paced. It's very quickly paced. It doesn't really slow down that often, and yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, man, and just slap A24 on there. I'm gonna be there in theaters day one. Like that's how great A24 has been the last couple of years.
Well, you
And
never saw
this,
Lamb though.
I know, I said I know, but I was busy during that time, so I'm trying to get. You know what I meant, Brad? Shut up. So I think we're ready to rate this bad boy.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's freaking rate it. You go first because, like, I'm pretty sure you're already gonna know what I'm gonna rate it.
I do. I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I really
Knew
love it.
it.
I think for a slasher kind of film, I mean, yeah, I mean 4.5. Honestly, I cannot remember something in this genre that's stood out this much from a stylistic standpoint. I may be wrong. I have to think on it a little bit more, but yeah, I mean, I this thing just really stands out.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. And I kind of figure you were going to rate it that way because when I was driving home, I was like, Brad's going to find some way not to give it a 5 out of 5. But I honestly can't think of anything at the moment. It could change later on, it could change in a year, 2 years. You never know. But I'm just going with what I feel right now. And I can't think of one like major, like, negative about it. I have some nitpicks, but they're not strong enough to downgrade the rating. So I'm giving it the golden reel, 5 out of 5.
Bravo!
So that's a 4.75. So that is a very good high score of Yippee Ki Yay.
Yippee Ki Yay, motherfucker.
You have not seen X. Stop what you're doing right now. Go to the damn theater, watch it, come right back and see this little spoiler. Like, we're not going to do a main spoiler thing, but we just want to throw some spoiler things out there. So you have been warned.
Yeah, and what I'm gonna say is not gonna ruin it by any standpoint, but here's what I gotta say. I've been culminating a list of my top 5 old ass ladies fucking feeding alligators, and Betty White just got topped. She did. She just got topped by this old lady in the movie, man. She did.
Oh, dude,
And I
and
didn't
that
think
scene was
that's not a
absolutely
list that I
brutal.
ever fucking expected to it's not a list that nobody ever expected to put together, but here we are.
Dude, that was just absolutely brutal too. And the best part about it, it was in the dark, so you really couldn't see anything. So you have to use your theater of the mind, and like to play out that whole scenario what Brittany Snow had to go through in that death.
Oh yeah, dude. But the way I got freaking dread on the freaking noggin, man, just jerking around and stuff like that was a brutal kill. And what dude, what about at the end? The old lady freaking with the shotgun and she goes blowing out like
Oh
in
my god, dude! I laughed like internally, because I was going to get ready to laugh out loud. Like, I appreciate them staying realistic to that scene, because if she were still able to hold that sucker after that, I would have been like, okay, yeah, no. But dude, when she fucking flew, that was fucking amazing.
Dude, she looked like freaking Owen Wilson in Wedding Crashers when he goes flying. Like, let's go freaking get some cool, like a hawk or an eagle, and he freaking shoots his buddy in the ass. That's what she was doing there, and the dude gets a fucking heart attack. That was great, and I also really enjoyed the scene with Kid Cudi's dick hanging down to his knees. I thought that was
At first, I was like, "What the hell is?" Oh, okay. But dude, if I laugh, I say, "Well, it has to make fucking sense, man. He is a porn star after all."
That's right, dude. Freaking.
Yeah, and then
Freaking Holland, man.
And I'll freaking go ahead and say it, because our buddy Chris ain't here, and we told him that this is going to be a fucking film for him. So we need his spirit here. Titties!
There were some of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do get to see some of those, and they're great. But again, they're used. This is supposed to be a movie based off of a group of people making a porno. So you gotta have that shit in there, because if you don't, then what the hell you're doing with that particular story? So it all worked. It really did.
Yeah, it did, man. It was just such a good time. It really was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. You got anything else there, boss?
That's it for me, man.
All right, let's go ahead and get out of here. So, guys, what did you think about X from 2022 from A24? Do you think it has a very great chance of being the top movie of horror, or even everything in 2022? Do you think it has a chance of being that great, or do you have some problems with it that don't make it the best? Let us know in that comment section down below, and let's get that discussion rolling.
And if you want to find the good reels, you can just find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Those links are for you to find down below.
Absolutely. And be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe. And of course, ring that bell, ding, 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 so you all know what the next set of videos are up and ready. And you might never know, if you really hit that notification bell, you might see me make a porno.
Do not stop. You can't do that.
Fine, you could just go find me on my whatever that page is called. Anyways,
OnlyFans.
Yeah, OnlyFans. Yeah, you can find me on there. So until then, I'll see you guys later.
Peace out.